Thank you, Billy. Good to see y'all here. Osuna, I like that look. Joe 2, you recruiting machine, you. Get ready to win you some money, buddy. That'll help with recruiting too. Hey guys, today the subject matter, getting people to move. The title is a little bit different than that, but I'm telling you, the title being the power of right now. So if you're going to get people to move, when do we want them to move? Right now. And all your power is in right now. So I'm going to get into that. I do have some leaderboards that I want to do some recognition. All you guys that are on the screen, I want to be talking directly to you. I see Dr. Phil, Carrie, Crane, Mike Marisi, Mathis, George Andershaw, Olga out there making some sales. I will guarantee you. Tia, if you'll pull up the first recognition, all this is posted on ARC. By the way, the people that are on the screen, raise your hand. Do y'all see the leaderboards on ARC? Do y'all go to it? You go to that? Okay. And you drive your people to that. And hopefully you are posting. I would encourage you, Marvin, Dr. Phil, Olga, when you have a person make their first sale and they send you a picture, or even like I got a picture right here that just came to me from one of my guys been with us a while, Mark Muller, but he's got his mind right. He sends me this picture. You know, I would post stuff like that. Just take a screenshot and post it. We have a private Facebook page. Giving your people recognition. Tia just asked me, what would you like for our marketing group to work more on or mostly on? I was like, recognition, and then there's giving people recognition. So if y'all would, each of you would try to, when you get that new person finally gets through the test, hey, welcome Lisa on board, Bill. Put her picture up there. What it does, well, it gives them recognition. It makes them feel like they're appreciated. Well, I do appreciate them. Well, how'd you like to make them feel appreciated? Post it up. Use that Facebook page. All of the Worldy Alliance will get to know them. I mean, think about how Robert Wilson, he posts his own picture, so everybody knows him because he's posted his own picture, right? So how about your new person? Are you posting to your new person and getting them known? Of course, Lindar Cook's getting known because she's producing. Her numbers going up there, and then that gum turns out she can sing. By the way, we are looking for singers for the shows that I do because we want to. I'm really always trying to create a feeling. The feeling today is the power of right now. The feeling today is the power of getting people to move or a way to get people to move. So you want to pull up one of the leaderboards. All I see is blank space, T. I'm not sure if you got something pulled up, but it's not showing up. I can go through it. Okay, here we go. Screen share. Rolex. So this is a Foresters contest that we're giving away. This Rolex, this picture. Stephanie Rodriguez is 10,000 above anybody with Foresters. Now, the interesting thing is people are looking at the grid going, wow, the 100% grid of Foresters is 100%. I didn't know that it was that much bigger than every product, every carrier. Yeah, it's always been like that. It's not changed. It's always been that much better. People are like, oh, now we're going to see an explosion in Foresters. Like, all right, Stephanie adhered to that teaching early, and she's been putting more money in her pocket. So now that Davey says he's going to catch her, Danny Johnson is not far behind. Jonathan and Megan Yakey not far behind. I say not far. She's 20,000 out front of number 4. Not bad on Foresters production, Stephanie. And she was telling me she's got this crazy young lady that's super excited right now that she's bringing on board, recruiting like crazy. Congratulations, Stephanie. Okay, let's see what's next. A ton of people going after that one Foresters watch. We got these Warrior Challenge shirts going out. We've got, how many have we given out so far? Better hurry up. They're going to be gone fast the way things are going. 91 of those shirts have already went out. That'll be posted on ARC. What's next? vested. I can't believe this one. It was Mark Muller that I just sent you held that picture up. His one case is bigger than Marvin Osuna's 19 cases. Marvin, you do 19 again this month. You're going to smoke him unless he does another big one. And that's $1,500 in his pocket. So, and a lot of vests. Fidelity Guarantees giving away a lot of vests for people that move an IUL. Congratulations. What's next? We're giving away $300,000 in leads. We call it lead cash because it's the same as money because everybody's spending money on leads. So you save all that money, goes right into your pocket. First one is personal production. Megan Wood is apt to win $25,000. She is $30,000 above number 2. Nina, wouldn't be bad to pick up $10,000 in cash, in lead cash. Jake and Bell Krause are only 7 out. Bell Krause, one of them big annuities. You can pick up $10,000. Chris Long coming on strong. Stephanie Rodriguez again, $3,600. Mike and Michelle Alleman, $3,000. A lot of people gonna make some money in this $100,000 contest. Next one up is non-agency managers recruiting. Joseph Tu. We got him on this call. You'll see him in a minute. I'll get him to say hello. He is leading the country recruiting a non-agency manager. Lou Abadi is another one of my neighbors over here in Florida. He is number 2. He has come alive since he's going agency management. Rosa, brand new, under part of the Maxim team, Adam Katz team. Stephanie Rodriguez again. Look at that. Ain't that crazy? People go like, I'm concentrating in selling. Well, Stephanie's number 1 in Foresters. Megan Wood's number 1 altogether. And then they go, I'm concentrating in recruiting. Well, you see Megan, see Stephanie Rodriguez again. When you see people start popping up on each category, selling, recruit, width, and depth, you're going to see them next agency manager. It's so crystal clear to see people moving up. And people say, how do you do that? Well, it's not complicated stuff. I'm going to tell you every week, every chance I get, I'm going to try to express to you exactly how it gets done. All right, scroll down to the next one. This is agency managers. Let's see who is killing this one. I think it'd be Andy Riddle with 71 in width, 63 in depth. And depth number blowing up because of Lou Abadi and the guy named Cash that I think I'm getting to meet this coming week. I think he'll be over here on the island of St. Pete. Treasure Island. Mike Rodriguez, part of the Paul Roberts team, and a big part of that is Joseph Tu. You see how he's got 46 in depth, but only 4 in width. That's because Joseph Tu is just smoking it in depth. Joseph is not an agency manager, so he's showing up all that depth under Mike Rodriguez, and he's going to just smoke on up the ranks. Adam Katz, 34 in depth. Number 3, so $25,000 looks like Riddle is going to win. This is the last month. Somebody could catch him, but he's 2.5 times number 2. 2.5 times number 2. Woo! Tight race in 3, 4, 5, 6 gets really tight down there around 5, 6, 7, 8 in the 30s. Congratulations, guys. Let's see what's the $100,000 to agency managers. Who's up next? Thailand. Caleb Law done won a trip to Thailand. Phuket, Thailand. Congratulations, Caleb. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. We're going to have a blast over there. I don't think we got any new winners to Chiang Mai, so we do a Phuket and Chiang Mai. Ton of people are going. Way to go, Caleb Law. Smoking it. Bubba? God. All right, who's next? We got next. This race is getting interesting. 13 Rolexes. Number 1 gets to pick. Number 2 gets to pick. Number 3 gets to pick. Number 13 gets the last watch standing they get. Right now, that watch would go to Joseph Dukes. Robert Wilson, it's getting tight, brother. Do not lose your spot. Adam Johnson, getting tight. Marcus Richardson coming on strong. Terry Edwards. Chris and Courtney Long coming on strong. Junior Korea. Woohoo! Jeff Turner. Number 2 in the country, Mark Hutchinson. Mark, you're 200,000 out from Megan Wood. I asked him the other day, I said, Mark, how did you get to be number 2? He said, I got beat by number 1. He didn't mention everybody else he beat. That was funny. A lot of people, that's what they do. They look at people below them. They go, at least I beat him. Hutchinson's looking at one person is above him. I'm proud of Hutch, thinking like that. Jane Hill coming on strong right behind Hutch. She could pick up another Rolex. Nina Wilson, strong, 406. Katrina Guston, Yankees, Minikinos, Kraus, Alleman, Swindale, Johnson, Wilson, and Dukes. There's a guy named Noel Wilson III. He says he's going to be Robert Wilson III, but not on this contest. He is not in there yet. Wilson III is still number 12, but he's way up. Noel, come on, buddy. All right, what's up next on the contest, Tia? HMAs. Here we go. People bringing them in. Y'all, HMAs. We also got pet matching accounts too. All right, what do you think next? We got to 10,000. Riddle found somebody. Who did he find? Scroll down. Let's see who's next. I don't know who that is. Danielle. All right, Riddle, tell me who that is, bro. Tell me, communicate, man. All right, good. Let's go to the slides. Let's go to the power of now, please. We won't stay on it very long, Tia, but we'll get over there on it a little bit, and then I want to get into this. Everybody's always asking, what if this person's not doing anything? How do I get this guy selling? How do I got this guy recruiting? How do I get this guy to go out to eat? How do I get people to move? Well, let me tell you this. The first thing is understanding the power of now. Next thing is, it's not just them we got to motivate, it's us. What's my trick to get myself moving? That's probably a big deal. And then the next thing, Mathis, is how do I get other people moving? Mike Marisa, you got a lot of people, you nudging them and poking on them. This will be all for you. Scroll down to the next slide scene for me, Tia, please. All right. Here we go. The principles of right now. All right. All right. Risk versus reward. Anytime a person moves, they're going to perceive risk. The reward has to smoke the risk. If you never take any risks, you're going to live a boring life. People dying, survey. Do you wish you'd have been more conservative or you took more risk? Every single time took more risk. How'd you like to know now? So these are things that I say to them, Mike. I would say, now, Jenna, when people die or when they're dying and they survey, would you rather have took more risk or been more conservative? You're being extremely conservative, Jenna. Later on, you're going to wish you took more chances. Life's about moments. What is it? What is that? I love those sayings. James got them up all over our house. It's not the number of breaths you take. It's the number of moments that take your breath away. That's why, Tony, when people say, would you do it all over again? Even the bad parts? Yeah, I wouldn't have the good parts, not the bad parts. I've cried in this business. I've laughed in this business. I'll probably do both again. I've been all over the world, and I plan on doing it again. I know it will be with some of the same people. I know some of the people will quit traveling around the world with us, and I know I will add new people that will travel around the world with us. That's the way it works. Risk. Ignite the spark. Before you can build a glowing, warm fire, you have to get it burning first. So, momentum going, Mike. You're asking them, how you doing? Have you thought about going to Thailand? Have you thought about getting rich? They hit you sometimes with that. Everybody does stuff. And I go, everybody don't neither. I'm asking you, Joseph, too. Joseph, hit your unmute, if you will. What age are you, Joseph?
44.
You've been on Earth 44 years. Do you have children?
I do.
All right. You got any grandchildren?
I do not.
How many children you got? How old are they?
I got 4 children, 6, 9, 11, and 14.
Tell your kids, you're going to wish you took more risk. You're going to wish you took more chances. Kids take chances. They're going to go up and they're going to go down. It's called life. The only time ain't going to be ups and downs is when you're dead. It's just straight up down. It gets me done.
Hey, if you do nothing, that's a risk too, right?
You do what?
If you don't do anything, that's a risk also, right?
It is not perceived as such, but it is. It's a decision. Not doing anything is a decision, and it is a risk. And I see it all the time. This recruiting thing, Joseph, too. Have you found any good people?
I have.
Okay. Do you know who the best one you found is so far?
I do.
Who is that?
That's Angela
Angela who?
Jacobs.
Is she on this call?
She is not.
Is she invited on it?
She was not invited.
To be clear, I'm not talking about her face. I'm talking about to watch and listen.
I'm sure she's watching and listening because she's been, doing everything.
Okay, so she's on it watching.
Yes.
So if I go, hey, Angela, nice to meet you. I'm hearing good things about you. She should be hearing that.
She should be, yes.
Yeah. So is she selling anything yet?
She just started, yeah. She just started, bought a boatload of leads over Thanksgiving weekend and made dials over the weekend. Her first day, she booked 16 appointments.
Has she closed any deals yet?
She has submitted applications, yes.
Hadn't got
Too early to close anything.
Has not got them issued yet.
Not issued yet, yeah. No, she wrote her first applications on Monday, yeah.
Okay, so to be clear, close means they got a check, signature.
Okay.
Issued means when it got issued. Paid means when I got paid. Okay. So selling would be is she talking to people and attempting to sell, and then has she sold? Yes. She's closed about how many? How many has she picked up?
She's picked up at least 2 or 3 applications.
Okay. 2 or 3. 33% difference between 2 and 3. Not a 1 to 2% difference between 2 and 3. Do you know?
Well, I know for 2 for sure, and I know that she had some others that were, in the works.
You know of 2, and she's got more like that. Okay, and she's the best so far.
That's correct.
Okay. So of all the people, okay, you got some people, if you give them $1 billion, they're not going to get off the couch, right? And then you got some people that are just going to do it no matter what. Like you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, but you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So but there's a huge disparity between the absolute numbnuts and then the people that are just going to do it no matter what. The money is getting the people in between to move. This is what this call is about. We ain't got to tell this person. All we got to do is just not jack up their life, not mess it up, all right? On these, we can't do nothing about it. But there's a lot in between that I don't want you to miss. Okay? Does that make sense?
Sure.
Can you repeat back? There's Angela, by the way.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah, that's called communication, bro. I would be posting her on the private Facebook and say, we got a winner, chicken dinner. Everybody heads up. You're getting ready to get smoked. So what happens is you got her and you got all these other people, and all these people see that she's coming on board and you're giving them recognition. Make sense?
Makes sense.
The power of now, not later. And we're not talking about a chewy candy. We're talking about the power of now, getting rich. Does that make sense? Paul sent that to me now. Posting that now. Does that make sense? So what we're trying to do is trying to get these other people going. I almost said numbnuts, but some of them are not numbnuts. Some of them are good people, but some of them are numbnuts. True that, Joseph. I've not been talking to your people, but am I accurate?
Sure. There's a lot of every type of people in this world, right? You get them all.
Well, if you talk to a lot, you do.
Yeah.
Talk to a few. Some of these people, they ain't have to find either one. Mister, I got one last month. Yeah, what's the luck on that? Um, so what I'm talking to, so talk to me about like what I'm trying to say to you about the middle people and not just the definite and not this one. Just try to re-articulate it in case somebody don't understand what I'm saying because I talk so crazy redneck. And also I'm checking to see if you're on the same page with me, Joseph.
Sure. I mean, it's what they call the 80-20 rule, right? 20% of your team is going to be out there, knocking it down, and then the other 80% are probably, aren't going to produce anything. And I think what you're saying is, hey, let's at least try to get half of that 80%, right? I mean, the numbnuts, it's probably going to take too much time, probably not a good return on your investment on time, but you kind of keep them there, and you spend some time, but you focus your time on kind of the people in the middle, right? The people that you can actually make a difference, you can have an impact on. By you investing some time, you're going to get a return on that invested time.
George Anderson, he is dadgum close to what I'm saying, but not killing it. I mean, he's all over it. Like if it was a hand grenade, he'd have got him. But if it was a bow and arrow, they would just have been scared and ran off. Do you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to communicate, George? When I say there's this one that you got, and there's you can't get. I'm trying to hell to get these. I'm trying to get you, Joseph, too, to get those. Because that's where the money is. Because it is an 80-20 rule. He's right about that. But that's not my point. My point is those 20, if we don't get them, they're not going to do it no matter what. Somebody got to get them to do it. That'd be leadership, management. Okay, see if you can communicate better what I'm saying, George, and see if.
I'm thinking that you're saying the 20% are the good people that you found. Those are the people that you want to invest your time and money in and get them going, and getting death under them and get them going, selling, get them, in the car with you, get them moving fast.
I'm trying to teach George how to do that. Because a lot of people, the only people that ever do it is the ones that are going to do it no matter what. But all these people that could have done it did not get the proper leadership, motivation, connection, and that's why you see people that have two big legs, one big leg. Where's the 20% of the other people? Where are they? Well, the leadership is coming from above and coming down and dropping that down. But you don't have the wit. It's because, does this make sense, George? So that's what this show's about. Is that does that nudge you in a slight different what I'm trying to say, Joseph, too?
Yeah.
In other words, if she's your best, where's the other 20%? Makes sense? Where are they? Because if you've hired 100, there's 20 more, unless the Pareto rule was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. So you say, well, Andy, nobody wins them all. Oh, believe me, I get that. What was that deal? I bet you Jason Carey would remember it. If you're in 10 houses, or if you talk to 10 people, I'll get it started and you finish it for me, Jason. 2 of them say, come on over here. I got some apple pie for you. Because you know why? They got the sugar. They done got the amputation. They done got the COVID-19, 2274 hut. They got blind in one eye, and they got a flu. Them 2 say, come on over. Can you finish that 10, Jason?
Yeah. So out of the 10 people you sit down with, 2 are going to be like lay down cells because you're right. They got the sugar. They're on their way out, going to Forest Lawn, the grave, and they are happy to sign up for insurance with you. And then you go out there excited. You excited. I made myself a sale. Ain't going to go get issued. They're going to get declined. So 2 are already going to be like, they're happy that you're there. And then you get 2, sometimes you just, not even the Pope. Even if you're a Catholic and the Pope is sitting down there in front and says, I got divine intervention. And guess what? They ain't going to buy. Sorry, you can put the robes on. Ain't going to work. Hope I didn't offend anybody, but it's not happening. That leaves right there about 8. About 6. Now, of those 6, again, you're probably going to have maybe 2 or 3 that are still kind of more easier selves. Like all you have to do is just kind of show up still. You show up, you have some breath mints, you put some low cologne on, not a lot, just a little bit. You look nice, you smile, you get the sale. But there's about three or four where skill really makes the difference. And that's the difference between the top producers and the average producers, is that they focus on their skill. And that skill is what really makes a difference, where they get those sales that are right on the line, where it could go either way. They took the time to develop their skill, which means there's a lot of times where, guess what? I didn't make the sale on those. There's plenty of times I went home crying, journaling, thinking about what I could have done differently, listen to audio training and think about, oh, next time that happens, this is what I'm going to do. It takes time. But once you get it, then you just got to do it over and over again. And it's always intentional. Always intentional.
George, can you transfer that? Can you just transfer that thinking into recruiting? Does that make sense? Some people, the only ones they get when they go, yes, sir, I love you. I love the insurance. I love y'all's compensation scheme. I love y'all got leads and me and you match. What's that tell you? They got the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
You with me? They ain't gonna get issued. They ain't gonna write nothing. But you got you one. You with me?
Yes, sir.
And there's ones that they've looked up insurance and they're gonna buy it. There's people that you're gonna find that gonna do it no matter what. Joe, what I'm looking for, Joseph. You like Joseph, or is that what you go by?
Just call me Joe. Call me Joe.
All right, Joe. It's that skill to get more than one leg, and 2 legs, and 3 legs, and 4 and 7. It's what I'm screaming at Mr. Riddle about. All this width he's putting in. How does he get another Lua body? And how does he get another cash? What does he do? Right? So the things that I'm talking about in this show is things to get the recruit going that most people don't get going. They don't use quotes like this. If you get in a habit, the mundane, they don't talk about the mundane. They don't set high expectations. They don't take a picture and post it on band. They don't. And by the way, you could get head fake on 30 people, but it's a funnel, and there's a certain amount of people you say that going to do it. I'd say it's more like could do it, but it's up to us to nudge them over. And so it's sort of like the thing of teaching. If you've ever seen one of those killer whales or porpoises or they dolphins, and they jump out of the pool over a rope. Sometimes the rope's on fire or something crazy, and they jump way up in the air over the rope down. And people go, how did they get them to do that? How did you find a Jason and Tawny Carey? How did you find a Brandon Beal? Well, the way it works with a whale or a dolphin, you put a line on the bottom of the ocean or on the bottom of the pool, and when they go over this side, you go, woo-hoo-hoo, there's fishy, fishy, fishy. And that whale's like, oh, hello, oh, yeah, baby, whoa. And what y'all were in here earlier, Reba is well trained, my dog. She come up here, jumped up in the chair. Did y'all see that? Jumped up in the chair. It jumped right up and turned right around because she saw a treat coming, baby. So, and you say, well, Andy, I don't want to treat anybody like a whale and them treats. Do it to me. Do it to me. You gonna make me hundreds of millions of dollars? I want to be tricked. So there's you getting people, and there's you getting yourself. There's so many people, they fight the trickery. They go like, you're not talking me into being on every one of them damn calls on time. What do you think? You think I ain't selling insurance? You think I ain't got a life? I got children. I got a husband. I got. Because they don't want to be tricked. They're untrainable dolphins or untrainable trailer whales. I'm trainable. I've been trained. Okay? Andy, who trains you? You see that fool? Look at there. I do what they say. I'm trainable. I'm trickable. I have been tricked into stuff. I have been tricked into. I read this stuff, and then I do this stuff to myself. Some people don't do it to themselves. And they don't do it to others. They refuse. They go, shh, I see you're trying to get me away from my family. You're trying to take me away from all my loser friends, and I love them, and I have bonds with them. Got easy cheesy. So you got a group of people that they're numbnuts, and there's a group of people that can do it over. These people are going to love it when you recognize them. Love it when you give them a treat. Love it when you call them up. Love it when you send flowers. Love it when some people ain't never spent $25 on sending flowers or fruit or somewhere when they get hurt or in a wreck or when they first sail. They'll never do nothing. They tightwads. You with me? I'm not going to give him a fishy. You know how much fishy costs? I got him to cross over the line. I'm just going to be happy for myself. Yay, self, I got him to cross over the line. No recognition, no prizes, no hats, no coins, nothing. You with me? This is the power of now. Paul sent that. If that girl's watching, I bet you, ooh, God will scare y'all right there. He was dead. Here's what's going to happen is she's saying Paul sent that picture immediately, not Joseph too. But I found her. Yeah, you did. Quick recognition now. Does that make sense, Joseph? Mm-hmm. How about number 2? Who's your number 2 person? Who's your number 3? Who's your number 4? You with me?
So Andy, so when you're saying quick, so other than recognition, what do you think are the most important things when you bring in a new recruit the first week or two in order to really get them engaged and, you know, help them make a difference?
To be clear, I don't think what makes the difference, and I don't think what's the first things to do. I know what helps them. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? So when you say, what do you think? You could just say, Andy, what do I do?
What do you do, Andy?
I'm not guessing. I don't mean to appear confident or arrogant or bitchy. I just want to be clear. Does that make sense? Like the words, Bo, I am connection, 100%. I'm inspirational. I stir emotion. When you get through talking to me, Bo, you're going to feel something. Hopefully it's what I want you to feel, but you're going to feel something. It's like, oh, what are you? So connection, my number one thought that I want Joseph to walk around is, or Joe to, no, you ain't got many letters if we drop it down to Joe. Joetu. I want you to know that I give a damn. I want you to know that I care. That's my number one concept when I'm talking. I don't want you to think you are a flippant, inconsequential. If you do it, you're just one of the 20 that do. I don't want you to think I don't want you to think that I think you are numbnuts. You with me? I want to connect. I want to care and I want to connect. And then I want to tell you what to do. Let me explain something to you. And those of you that can do what I'm doing right now, do it. With me? What do I want? Marvin, you outdated. You get updated. You get 2020 quote. The reason I say that because I got my 20. Oh, hello. I ain't got both of mine. I got 2 of the new, but I ain't got the old one. I got it downstairs. Good job, Jason.
I just traded this for the other one.
Did you really? Oh,
yes.
I've got one more. I'll make sure you get you a 2020 point because 2021's coming out real soon. It's gonna freak y'all out.
Yeah.
So Joseph, I don't want to leave them not knowing what to do. So once I get them to know I care and connect, then I tell them what to do. And then I lower it down so it don't look so frightening, like a line across the bottom of the pool. People do things like, I can't get them to sail. I go, could you get them to listen to a God blessed TWC? Could you get them on the show? Well, slow your mouth down, man. Looks like you're on high speed. You know? How the hell can you not get somebody to watch a TV show? I mean, I can tell you 3 shows right now. You'll look them up. Wow. I get through talking about them. Does that make sense, Joe? 3 things: care, connect, and then do. And then lower the do down to where there's no anxiety. or not much anxiety.
So really piecemeal it then, right? Break it down. Keep the task simple, right?
Break it down like a donut, cut in 4 quarters. Yeah. You remember that, what I did about the donut? People won't take a whole donut, but you take it thing, cut it up in quarters. They'll take one. Next thing, they'll eat 2 of them. They'll just eat 5 different kinds. People don't know how to do that. They know how to break it down. Okay. So talk about mundane. All right, let's go to more. Heart to dream big. Catch the right heart and spread it with others. Catch the right heart and spread it with others. There it is. Take chances on people who want it bad. Winners separate themselves over time. All right, you can pull that down. I'd love to see those people. Danny Johnson, first app. Way to go. Glenn and Christian Young. Glenn and Christian Young. There's Glenn and Christian Young. Danny just sent me. People love to be recognized. Just hit 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube. I send YouTube videos to people too. I sent out pictures, several people of Lindar Cook. She's singing, I hope someday you get the chance to live like you were dying. God. I was just texting with a dude, and he said, I'm not ready right now. I need some time. Who the hell don't need time? The biggest lie being told today is there is more time. There's no time. There's now. That's the time. There's now, and there's right now on this $85,000 watch. You can't get no $85,000 watch doing stuff tomorrow. You can't pay for your kids a dream wedding doing it tomorrow. We got to do it now. We got to get crazy. Oh, we got to get crazy. We got to get crazy, and we got to go do it now, Joe. Do you know the highest paid profession there is, Joseph? Joe?
The highest paid profession?
Mm-hmm. Not the oldest, the highest paid.
I don't know. Probably somewhere in finance, like hedge funds, those, financial services.
You ever read Think and Grow Rich?
I have not.
I highly, dude, it'd be the next book I read a word out of if I was you, Think and Grow Rich. In there it says the highest paid talent that anybody gets paid for is getting people to move. Getting people off a dead center. I'm an engineer. Here's the way this works. There's a thing called, there's a centrifugal force coming down on this coin. Okay? Centrifugal force coming down. It's called, it's stationary. Who's an engineer? When it's the force that keeps it down, what's that called? Y'all don't know?
Gravity?
Well, there's gravity, but it's a different word for it. When the force going against that force, it's when something stays in place. Something in place objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Objects in place tend to stay in place.
Okay? Is that law of inertia?
Yeah, that's it. Inertia.
Yeah.
So inertia is hold things in place. When the power that comes along to move it is stronger than the power that's holding it down. Like, you ever heard somebody say, I got sick and tired of getting sick and tired? See, they wouldn't do anything, but they got so mad. So the power of mad beat the power of fear. The power of fear is changing. So the ability to get people to not fear and move, you will get paid the most for. Make sense? Joe, too, does that make sense?
Yep.
Read about that. You'll like it. It gives you the reasons people fail, top 12 reasons people fail. It gives you the top 12 reasons people succeed in there. It's one in there about being an idiot. It's like if you just got absolutely jacked up in the head and can't think and stupid, that's going to be a reason for failure. When I read it, I was like, I'm glad they put that in there because I'm damn sure I've seen it. But Dadgum's sure seen it. Dadgum's seen it. All right. Whew. Okay. Billy Crane.
Andy.
Outside of Sheena, you got a guy you trying to get to move, right?
Yes, sir.
Don or Moses or Timothy.
Robert.
Yeah, that's it, Robert. You paying attention. You thinking. How do I get better at recruiting? How do I get my children to move? How do I get my wife to do something? And how do I get Robert to do more? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, the power of motion, once something starts in motion, it tends to stay in motion. Therefore, when we get a yes out of somebody or we get an agreement, we get a pattern of agreement, they're more likely to agree to the next thing. Make sense?
Yeah, that's that bobblehead effect in the house. Asking small yes.
Tell them the bobblehead effect.
Right. So when you're in the house, right, we're asking a bunch of yes questions that we know the answer to. I mean, you should be doing it when you're on the phone, right? You're like, so you put down your 60, right? And you're still at this address, right? And in their head's always bobbling like that little thing in the back of the car. You're like, boing, boing, boing. They usually put the athletes on there. So once you get famous or something like, Andy, you should have a bobblehead, right? But the whole concept is what? Yes, 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 yes. And then you say, all right, just need your ID and your blank check so we can get you going. And that's that bobblehead effect. So if we're getting that one yes from that recruit that we're trying to get to move, then we need to get another small yes, then another small yes. And then next thing you know, we got another $25,000, $50,000 producer. Bobblehead.
Hey, it's unbelievable it helps you to say that, Billy. Like you explaining it's like if you ask people, and some people are always funny, they try to answer the question like they think the answer is. I go, do you believe me more than you believe yourself? I go, yeah, I believe you more. No, you don't. You believe yourself more than anybody in the world. So when you say that, Billy Crane, that's why I need for you to teach it to your team. Bill, you should get a Zoom call. I know you're doing them with me, but you should do them without me. And you should teach these same principles that I just taught. You should do this talk. But what happens, Brandon, they don't do these talks I do. You know what they do? They make up their own dookie. And they get on there and they talk about sales. And they talk about referrals. And they don't talk about the stuff I talk about. And then they can't figure out why they don't have the success. And then they tell me, I did everything you do. And it didn't work. I'll be like, well, there's a couple things you didn't do exactly like me. Like one thing is be a whining crybaby. That's one thing ain't like me. And number two, you didn't get results. That ain't like me. Well, I did all the actions you do, and I taught what you taught. You'd be like, I will be the judge of that. I know you didn't. I've been watching. It's like old Mathis on there. And Mathis said, am I doing anything wrong? I was like, got a notebook and a bunch of ink. Right, Mathis?
Absolutely.
Tell them some of the results you've been getting. The recruiting that just kind of went through the roof. I'm not so much as want to tell what you changed a little bit, but tell them some of the craziness that's been happening in the last couple months for you, Mathis.
Well, thanks for having us on, Andy. I appreciate it. Man, it's absolutely crazy awesome. I've been getting more coaching from you, Chris Hill. I've been trying to figure out why the hell I can get them in the funnel, but why can't I get them moving? You were talking about getting people, the Pareto's principle, the 20% versus the 80%. And one of the things I've been doing is getting more dirt going through my fingers, more sands moving through so I can get more of those people. Because if you're only moving a couple of pieces of sand a week, you're just going to beat your head up against the wall because you deal with a lot of people who just simply don't do what they say they're going to do in this world, either with yourself or the people you're recruiting. So if you get better at moving yourself, get better at reaching out for coaching and do some crazy activity, you'll get better. We found Anna and G. We found those two, and they're, 3 in depth. And we went to their house. They had, I think it was 10 people there, 12 people there. A lot of them got into class. Everybody was in. Either they were currently licensed or they got into class. We got them moving. We went up to Orlando yesterday. Me, Anna, and G jumped in their car. We drove up to Orlando, just west of Orlando, met a bunch of people up there. And they had a guy last night, Jose, that's from the timeshare industry. Crazy, awesome guy. He's like, look, I don't sell, Jason. When I'm in timeshare, I know how to sell. What I do is I simply tell stories. And I'm like, oh God, this guy's going to absolutely crush it in the home, going out there helping families, getting them covered. We've got Nathan Humphreys in Tampa area. He came to meet you with his team. He had Chris Bellaperch there. Larry came up there, talked with you. Larry's this big guy in Medicare, and he's excited about what you're doing, the new comp plan you got going. I'm just simply getting people into the system, plugged into the system, and I'm just moving more dirt. I'm becoming a bigger sifter and trying to find 20%. And then, like you said, like Jason Carey was saying, get better at that middle people. If you're building agencies and you're not getting good at that middle part, you're beating your head up against the wall, and you get that. I've gotten it through talking with you, Chris Hill, Andy Riddle, and just going out there and talking with people, and then keep moving and keep talking to them is what I'm doing. It's awesome.
Power of Now. The 13th is a Sunday, I'm pretty sure. I might confirm that. I'm doing a summit. You're not invited to the 13th, but on the 14th, that afternoon, I think it's a Monday afternoon, I'm going to have my key players. If you have people in the Treasure Island area, like I'd love to get Larry in, and Nate, and anybody else that is big on Medicare, MedSup or Med Advantage. I think we're going to be ready to lay some stuff out with them. We're going to show them our Medicare is so different than life. Like, you have to compare, like with life insurance, I'm going to sell them what I'm going to sell, right? Once I figure out that they want term, I'm going to sell them the term I want. IUL, I'm going to sell the IUL I want. But in Medicare, you have to compare what doctors are available. It's a little complicated. We have got a software system to sell that nobody's seen the likes of this before. And we'll be able to show them that on the 14th. And we'll also be able to show them the most aggressive and creative compensation system there is in the country for Medicare. So we're going to blow that thing up. So if anybody has people, Stephanie, Olga, the Bailigs, anybody, Riddle, if you guys partly have people that are interested in that world, we'll do something on the 13th afternoon, after lunch. I should say noon is when it will kick off, or right afternoon. Go ahead, Jason.
The 13th is a Sunday. The 14th is a Monday. So what day can we get people over there?
14th.
Okay, so on that Monday, all right.
Probably be at the Fusion, or it'll be at the Fusion. We are getting an office open up here in Treasure Island, but it won't be open until January. We'll be able to do meetings and trainings there too. Okay, but see how quick that is, the power of now. Here we go, now. And I get people say, like, Andy, you'll change the subject on me. You need to train us out. All right, I'm just telling you, I'm kicking the can down the road as hard as I can to get things moving and get people rich. Okay, all right, so there's a lot of concepts here, but this one I messed Jeff right up. He told me, he said, Andy, if a person can put in $100 and turn it into 1,000, don't they say 10? Don't they see the 10x? And I was like, bro, that's not the deal. Here's the deal. People are jacked up in the head when it comes to emotion, and I will say this: he come back, he researched what I said and brought it back to me. He researched what I said, and I said, was I right? And he said, you're right. Now let me give you some more meat to the bone. Okay, so here's the right. People will bet in a heartbeat on something that's 1,000x or 10,000x. But something that they can go from take $100 and turn it into 200, or 100 and turn it into 150. They look at the risk and they go, I'm not risking $100 turn it into 150. Oh, but $100 I can turn it into 6 million? You telling me I can turn it into 6 million? Yeah. And then they go and invest. Dr. Abear, let's do Danny Johnson, Mike Morisi. What are they leaving out when they bet $100 to make 10 million? but they won't bet $100 to make 150. What are they leaving out, Mike Maurice? Do you know?
That's a good question.
Good question. Do you know what it is, Olga? Olga, do you understand what I'm saying? It's language barrier. Alert. Olga, people will bet $100 to make 10 million, but they won't bet $100 to turn it into 150 or 200 or 300. What are they leaving out when they make that decision to bet here and not bet here? What are they leaving out? Does anybody know?
Is it the work?
Well,
Is it a lot harder?
There's work involved either way, and there's risk involved.
Maybe it's not trust.
What's that?
No trust.
No trust. Okay, but they'll bet on the one that does some 10 million, but they won't bet on the one that goes from $100 and gets them back 300.
You saying that they're swinging for the fences? They're going for the home run, not the single?
Yeah. That's right, Joe. Do you know, what are they leaving out of this? And it's Billy Ball. I mean, if you've read Billy Ball, I think that's what it's called, the baseball guy. It's human nature. Hey, do y'all know what a poor people tax is? Do y'all know how the poor people get taxed? Tony, tell them how poor people get taxed. Cigarettes and what?
The lottery.
Damn right.
Playing the lottery. $1 here, $5 there, $10 there. Every single day, bouncing on their numbers.
Ask that fool to get $200 to get their license. Not gonna do it. It's 100% guaranteed that you can take $200 and turn it into 1,000, and you can't get poor people to move because they want $1 million for 100. What are they leaving out? The odds of success.
No vision, Andy.
Say again.
No vision. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they don't have no vision.
Oh, they got a vision. They're just dumber and dirt. Okay. They see the $1 million. They see the 10 million. Go into 7-Eleven. Just when I tell you what y'all do. Just when you go get some gas today, just go to 7-Eleven and look how many people stand in front of the lottery ticket deal. Make sense?
Yes, Andy. Yesterday I was in Publix and I saw this lady. Now that you're talking about this, maybe 50 years old, not dressed up really nice, and she was buying like $30 and different things in lottery. What the lady's doing? And so she has money for that, but maybe not money for something else better.
I got a question. Does Venezuela, Colombia, people that come from other countries, do they buy lottery tickets, or is it just poor Americans, people born?
I don't know, because I don't buy that, so I don't pay attention. I don't know. I think it's more Americans, I think.
Definitely more Americans. I used to run a liquor store, and it was always American. Hundreds of dollars, hundreds they'd spend on it and never win a thing.
Right.
They don't appreciate statistics. Okay? So, Joe, you see how hard I'm teaching this? So, out of the 27 people that you think are intelligent enough to do this, but you can't talk them into buying leads. You can't talk them into getting their insurance license. But having this talk about poor people tax, Jeff Wright was like, I have never seen a rich person buy a lottery ticket. Ever. They'll give $100 for a charity. They chance to win a car. But they ain't planning on winning the car. They're just giving $100 away. They win a car. Woo, woo. I could buy a car if I wanted to. Is this helping y'all? This is a psychological mess. So what happens, Riddle, that's why I tell people, when I get you in a good mood, make a decision. See, when you're in a good mood, make a decision. You're depressed, go in a 7-Eleven, buy a lottery ticket, that is not a good time to make a decision. Because I'm depressed when I go in a 7-Eleven. I'm just telling you, I'm not excited about that. The only time I get excited if I see somebody that ain't in their 50s, I see somebody in their 20s, 30s, and I go, oh, you look big. By the way, did you contact that person, Olga, and tell her that you had something that you could sell that's free? It's free. It's a government program. You can sell it and make $500. It's free. All you got to do is pass the test. But you got to get them really excited. You got to get them really excited because of the obstacle, the $100. See, I tell you that you can spend $100 and make 10,000. They're worried about the risk. $100 and make 100 million. Oh, now they're willing to do it. But it ain't going to happen. The odds of success are 1 in a trillion, 1 in 60 million. Over here, I'm telling Jason Mathis, go to Tampa, go to Orlando. I promise you, if you go 100 times, you are going to get success.
That's right.
You buy 100 lottery tickets, you're not going to win $1 million. I don't give a darn what you think. You're not going to win $1 million, not 100 tickets. Well, somebody's got to win. Yeah, it's usually the people that go to Orlando 100 times. Riddle, you go to Omaha 6 times, you'd have got success. Okay, 100 times you're going to get success. Staying at home, Joe, too, won't work. That makes sense?
Sure.
You tracking with me? People buy lottery tickets, but they won't buy a plane ticket. Plane ticket will work. Gas will work. You buy gas. Jason and Tony just drove to Reno and back. Got back at 2 a.m. That'll work. What won't work is a lottery ticket. So that's the way a lot of people recruit. Now give me a good. I didn't get none of these guys work last week. I got 10 of them. I'm going to keep me 10 because I'm going to get me the lottery ticket. Lottery ticket. That's not going to work. It's buying leads. It's gas. It's traveling. It's that kind of money that's going to work. Did this something occur to you, Mathis?
Yeah, yesterday when I was going up there, we had to spend gas up there. I bought appetizers. We bought food, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm just thinking in my head, what is this costing me? And then I started thinking, hell, what is it costing me not to do it?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, am I counting? There's an equation there, and I'm thinking about the wrong damn side of the equation. Right. Instead of the other side of the equation, where I should be putting my emotional and psychological energy. And yeah, you started talking about that, and I was just, yeah. So where you spend your time up here is critical too.
There's a logic. Hey, here's what brought back to. There's an animal. I think his name's Tigger. He's like, hey, we're gonna win. We're gonna get free. We're gonna get rich. We're gonna do this, right? Is that Tigger? Is that Tigger?
That's Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, it's Tigger. Tigger's like, we're gonna do this thing. I'm gonna give me some leads. I'm gonna give me some sales. What's he yours say? I've been studying it and it might not work. One's logic and the other one's emotion. The lottery tickets are on pure emotion. Business is logic. And that's why people slow down. But if I could get them emotional about the business, they'll get rich. And so people see that in me sometimes, Jason and Dr. Phil, and they go like, he's just trying to get us excited, so we'll buy a ticket. He's just trying to get us excited, so we'll fly somewhere and try to recruit somebody, so he can make some money. Hey, dumbass. Hey, numbnuts. Hey, buddy. Yeah, now this thing works. When you're successful, I'm successful. Hello. Does this make sense? Joe, is this helping? Do you think you can use this when you think you can use some of this logic when you're talking to your people?
So I guess my question to you, Andy, is, it makes sense to us, but how do we get this through to someone that, may not get it right away? Like, how do you convince someone to invest in themselves?
Well, let's be clear. Brandon Beal is one of those people you're talking about. He's, tell him where you went to school, Bill.
Northern Illinois University, just outside Chicago.
Big university. How many people go there?
40,000.
What'd you study?
Sociology with an emphasis in criminology with a psychology minor.
Two, you think he's going to have a hard time understanding this since you understood it so good?
Yeah, he'll catch it up. Yeah, he'll catch it real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, you talking about that dumb one you got? They ain't gonna
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah.
They're not gonna get it. You waste your time. Be super nice to them. Kiss them. Ask them if they got children. Every dumb knows a yum. Every deadbeat knows a winner. Every dud knows a stud. Does that make sense? So these ain't gonna do it. These are the 20, 30 out of 100 that could do it. They get it. That's why I slow down when I say they went to Northern Illinois. Where'd you go, Billy Crane?
Michigan State University.
What'd you study?
Merchandising management.
4-year degree?
5.5 years. Well, 4-year degree in 5.5 years. Yeah.
Party a little bit?
A little bit. I could have said study women, but PG-13. So study basketball too. Did a lot of that.
See, that's why, Joe, that I slow down. Now, there's a guy named Menachino. First time I talked to him, he was selling meat off the back of a truck door to door and making decent money. That is redneck smarts, or that is street smarts. Makes sense. So that's why I interview. Or I think this is in here. Yeah. Here we go. All right. Here's take chances on people that want it. This is not available to y'all, so you got to write this down. People that complete tasks quickly. That's this. I'm thinking to myself, it's taken Billy a little bit longer to build his business than I thought it was. He just helped me understand why. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It took him 5.5 years, 4-year college. I mean, it's going to take him a little bit longer.
Not anymore.
All right. He completed the task, Joe. Okay? And I'll nicely ask, did you get the degree, Billy?
Yes, I did.
Bill, did you get the degree? And sometimes they say, I just, I got close, and I got frustrated, I got pregnant, I got somebody pregnant, I got 2 different people pregnant. I got started health issues. My mama got sick, my daddy died. I got cancer. The bills didn't make sense. I got a job and I was making $150,000, so I was like, why complete my education? See, it's different. See, each of those answers are different. So I'm looking for people that quickly complete tasks or they complete tasks. Make sense? All right, number 2, people that don't overthink the task. So when I ask a person, did you graduate college? And they go, nope, I quit. Drugs, women, and alcohol. I've had a job ever since. I'm making $70,000, trying to do better. Got it. Got it. He completed the task, and he didn't complicate it, did he? Well, Andy, it's a long story about when you asked, did I graduate college? I'm usually going home. Okay. All right. Just give me high level, bro. High level. Because I don't want to listen to a long story about it. All I want to know, have you ever heard this? I want to see the baby. I don't want to see all the stuff. What do you call it? Birth. I don't want to see all that. I want to see the baby. Tell me the baby. Give me the baby. Let me see the baby. Wipe them off. Clean them off, and hand them to me. Does that make sense? So people that complete the task quickly and people that don't overcomplicate it. Willing to give up unimportant stuff. People tell you stuff all the time that's unimportant. Like, that don't matter. I don't care about all that. So when I'm interviewing, these are some of the things I'm listening for. I don't care if he quit college because he drugs, alcohol, and women. I get it. Then he got a job. Now he's making $80,000, but he's not happy. I get it. He left out a lot of stuff. He left out, and I got 2 babies. He left out, and I got a divorce. It don't matter. I don't care. He knows what I'm interested in. I'm looking at people get stuff done, and he spelled it out for me. He's a getter, stuffer, doner. Is this helping you, Billy, on how you're interviewing?
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong. They're the worst people in the world. I'm going to be the nicest person in the world. I don't want them to know, but I'm trying to decide. You see Stephanie on here? Stephanie, tell them what you just completed.
What are you referring to?
You only completed 2 or 3 things lately. One of those 3.
Oh.
Oh.
I still don't know what you mean.
Well, make up something. She's complicating it, Joe.
I hired people. Is that what you're talking about? I hired people, like got them on the phone with Chris Hill.
Good job. Did you just make a sale?
I sure did. $2,500 annual premium.
Well, then why didn't you just say I just made a sale for $2,500? Read them and weep. Unselling homes. Huh? Read them and weep.
Yeah.
Hey, tell them about your coin. Tell them about your coin.
My coin is what I take with me everywhere because it reminds me of what I want and how I'm going to get it, what my most valuable task is.
How about your other coin? You got it with you?
Oh, nah, I leave that at home because I lost my last one. Oh, okay. I just got a 5-year coin for being in AA. It's at home, though, so I don't lose it. So I hit my 5-year sobriety anniversary, November 30th, 2015. My first day not drinking, and still haven't taken a drink.
Joe, guess, if you can't say it quick, just say pass. Guess what I'm working on with Stephanie? What am I trying to get her to do? Tony? Who knows? Who thinks I know what you're trying to get her to do? It's clear. Nobody? Raise your hand.
Celebrate her accomplishments.
Say it again.
Is it celebrate her accomplishments?
Oh, say stuff quickly. Don't overcomplicate it.
Damn right. Don't overcomplicate getting rid. How many times have I probably told you since we've been talking, Stephanie?
A lot.
A lot. You just made a $2,500 sale. You just hired a sharp girl, and you just completed 5 years. Any of those 3 things would work. And all 3 of them, if you'd have rattled off all 3, I'd have passed out. I'd have said, you're getting ready to pass Mike Hardlip and Andy Riddle. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm nonstop. So 2, she's somebody I'm coaching. Not everybody gets it. And then some people get offended when you say that. I'll say what I said to her, and they're offended. Where's my offended book? Devil's Workshop. I don't know where it is. What's the what do you call it? The bait of Satan. Satan used the bait of getting offended. I got this guy, he's offended. I tell him something, he's offended. I got this girl. Oh, there it is. Bait of Satan. Thank you, Riddle. Power now, Andy Riddle. But see, I constantly talk about being offended so that people won't be offended. And I tell them about the book, Bait of Satan. There's a guy named Abate. He says, I don't have no stories to tell. Tell them the story about the bait of Satan. Tell them the story that the book talks about. Stephanie don't get offended, so now I can say stuff to her. Mathis says, I'll drive to your house. I'll drive 3 hours or 4 hours to your house. Would you tell me some of the stuff I'm doing wrong? Well, of course I will. Then people go like, hey, could you call me and tell me? No, I'm not going to do that. You just be offended. I know how you are. They go, I won't be offended. I go, yeah, you are. Let me give you a tip. Drive 3 hours in my house. Well, I'm not going to drive that far. Offended, are you?
That's a great point, Andy. And a lot of the agents I talk to, I ask them, hey, do you mind if I keep you accountable? Right? You ask for permission.
Yeah, let me tell you, they mind, all right. Nobody wants somebody to tell them. It's crazy. The few people that want you to tell them what to do is the people that you tell what to do. The other one, just tell them how great they are. That's all they want to hear. And you say, well, that change them? No, not going to change them a bit, but at least they'll quit bothering. And they may lead to somebody else. But that's why okay. All right. So that's how I interview. Complete people that have completed tasks, complete fastly. Emily Katz will be 21 and have a 4-year degree and like a 3.9 or whatever you can get, like almost straight A's. That's bad to the bone, and will answer a question simple and fast and quick. That's what you're looking for when you're interviewing. Jane Hill graduated in 4 years with 3 degrees. Stuff like that. Osuna was a professional wrestler. How's that good? Somebody got crazy to do that. He acts all normal and everything. Jeffrey used to wear tighties. What color tighties did you wear, Osuna?
Black leather shorts.
Rachel, if I was you, I would have one of those pictures blown up in a poster on my wall somewhere. Do y'all have any of that? Is that?
Yeah, we.
Pictures, right?
I made him a sweater.
Send me a. You got it on a sweater? Send me one. Send Tia a poster. Send her some pictures of you in those leather tights. We're gonna make posters. We're gonna make posters for the alliance. Send it to our marketing girl. How many people want one of those in your office?
That's a bad idea, Osuna. That's a bad idea. You do not want that poster out there.
That's a funny picture right there.
I see Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle's gonna have a picture of them tidy little leather tights. You wore a mask
Not
too,
cave
right?
to that peer pressure, Osuna.
Yes, sir.
You wore a mask too, right?
That's right. Executioner mask.
It took a while to get him going. Hey, let's do this, Osuna. Tell everybody like kind of what was holding you back. You was working with us, you was paying your bills, but you wasn't 6-figure. Just tell what was holding you back, and then Tony, tell him what you said to him to get him moving. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a million other little things, but this is just a high level.
Definitely. So I was talking to one of our young agents yesterday, and I was explaining to him that in the back of my mind, I never really knew this. And, we got tapes playing in the back of our minds. And for me, it was listening to all the noise out there, the media, and thinking, well, maybe if I show up to somebody's door, they're going to think that because I'm dark complexion, the color of my eyes, the color of my hair, or that people are saying that everybody who comes from, the South, when we're talking about like Central America, South America, that we're criminals. And so that little tape was playing in the back of my head. And I didn't think that I had something inside of me that would help me break through and have, those amazing months, $20,000, $30,000 months, or that I could be up there with the agency managers. So that was something that was in my head, but I never told anybody until one time we were having a conversation with Tawny, and I said, this is how I feel. And then she responded and helped me out. Oh gosh.
Send that picture to Tia. That's awesome. Tony, tell us about your conversation with him.
My conversation with Marvin Osuna is that people already saw him as the winner. People already saw him as the leader. People already saw him as having a seat at the winner's table, but he was always viewing himself as an outsider looking in. So I told him, like, there's this big conference room and there's literally a chair with his and Rachel's name there waiting for him to take his seat. But he just thought that he couldn't get into that room. But what he didn't realize is that the room was waiting for him to take his seat. And if he just sat down and started acting as if he was that leader, acting as if he could make six figures with us, go agency manager, that he would soon start seeing that appear in his life. And he started believing he was seated at that table of winners. And then because of that, he started producing like a winner. He started finding other winners. And now his team is absolutely exploding because he sees himself as being seated at that table.
You see how she gets credit for, as opposed to just people that gonna do it no matter what, Joe? He's not somebody that's gonna do it no matter what. He wasn't that person. He wasn't Angela. He was number 2 or number 3, or he might be your number 7 that you've not been able to get to move, but you've not been able to get him to tell you what's going on in the back of his head. Tawny got him to trust her enough that he told her that, and then she said, we already got a chair with your name on it. Like if I could tell Stephanie, got a chair with your name on it. Just act like it. Just act like it. What do you mean act like it? Well, go to Orlando, Mathis. Travel. Fly to Omaha. Fly to California. Drive to Miami. Act like you showing up matters. See, the reason people don't go places because they don't think they're important. They don't think they're the leader. They don't think people see them as a force. They have a self-image tape playing, and when they quit playing a tape, act like you're gonna act like you're a salesperson. Buy 30 leads. You want to act like you're a salesperson? Find a place where there's leads and go there for 3 days and work your butt off. What if it don't work? What if it does work? You got a 75% chance of success. You just bought a lottery ticket with 1 chance in 10 million, and you will buy another lottery ticket next week, but you won't go where there's a 75% chance of victory or 85% chance of victory. What if I told you that there's 100% chance of success in this business? Then what would you do? I guess if it ain't hundreds of millions of dollars, you still ain't gonna do it. Because your emotional side, Twiggy, or what's the Tigger? Your emotional side, Tigger, ain't kicking in. I think this will work. I think I'm gonna get rich. Oh, I think I'm gonna get a Ferrari like Andy. Oh, I'm gonna first class seat. Oh, I'm going to Thailand. Where's your Tigger? Eeyore's kicking in. God almighty. The hell. Let's go, Tigger. Okay, all right, so here's the way you do it. All right. This is why every time I talk to a student, I talk about wrestling, because in wrestling, those people speak it. When I fell in love with North Carolina State University, there was a guy named Norm Sloan that was there. He wore a checkered, white and red and black checkered jacket. And he told Travis, we're going to whoop that other team. We're going to beat them like a just a dog done pooped in the living room. We're going to beat them. He was crazy. And I was 10 years old, and I was like, I like that guy. And wrestlers speak it. So one of the things I'll do when I'm talking to somebody is I'll go like, hey, man, I hear you. Just do this for me. Just say, I think I can do this. And y'all all that are on here, and matter of fact, people that I don't see, could you just say, I think I can do this? Ready? 1, 2, 3. I think I can do it.
I know I can do it.
Now let's leave out. I think I can do it, and let's just say I can do it. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
I can do it.
Do it.
So what you do is you get people saying the right stuff, and their mind tries to make them tell the truth. It's a weird thing. This is a psychological thing. It's kind of a trigger in people's head. When you start saying, I'm going agency manager, or if you say, I am an agency manager, I am a board member, I do make $85,000 a month, your mind's thinking, God, you're going to hire some people, or else you're a liar. So your mind starts thinking, yeah, you're going to have to run more ads. Then you're thinking, well, you can't stop that. I got this. I make $85,000 a month. I've got a huge downline. I travel. I buy plane tickets. I drive. I'm a killer. I'm a winner. Get it coming from their God's mouth. That's their God. They believe in themselves. Everybody believes in themselves. I don't believe in myself. I believe in God. Yeah. Do me a favor. Start saying it, Billy Crane. I make $85,000 a month. I travel. I buy leads. I invest in my downline. I have intelligent downline. I have downline that are growing. I have downline that are investing money. I asked Paul Roberts. I was like, are your people taking this increase in commission and turning it into recruiting? He said, I'm going to do it. I was like, bro, we got to get them to do it. Yes, we going to do it, but we got to get them to do it. I have intelligent agents who are taking this increased money, and these intelligent agents are investing more in recruiting. Therefore, our business is booming. So what happens is you get people to speak promises and then encourage them to back up their promises. So if you get people that say, hey, how about this one? I think Billy's parents did go to college. My parents did not go to college. I can't remember, but I don't know about Bill. Bill, are you like one of the first to go to college, or does your whole family have a history of college?
Yeah, mom and dad met in college at University of Kentucky.
Okay, so he's got a pattern of success that I did not have. I had to say, I'm going to break this pattern. He had to say, I'm not breaking this pattern. Do you have brothers and sisters that did not follow suit, or did they all go to college?
All went to college.
That's good parenting, right? And then, this guy just asked me, he said, why do you care if people go to college? I don't care, but I know this. If they did, that's one less thing that tells them they're not good enough. Right? I don't care if they win. I could care less. But people thinking they're not good enough messes them up. I need people that thinks they're good enough. Because if they think they're good enough, then they will do the stuff. Billy, remind me, did your parents go to college too?
No, mine didn't.
I had it the opposite. I thought yours did and his didn't, but yours didn't and his did. I was getting my master's degree. I was more than halfway, 3/4 way through it, and somebody said, you don't have to have it to get rich. I was like, wait, what? What'd you say? You don't have to have that to get rich. I said, all right, I'm quitting. I think I was just looking for one person to tell me that, and I was out. That wasn't in insurance either. That was in Amway. They were like, you don't have to do it. I was like, all right, I'm out. I hated it anyway. I still have nightmares sometimes. Anybody still have nightmares sometimes? You failed the test, got to go to class, forgot there was a test, show up. Have you ever the ones where you can't find you can't find your room, like where your test is? You can't remember how to get there because there's big campuses. Riding around on my bicycle like a lunatic looking for it. I was like, well, see, I thought Harrelson Hall was right here. Then it's a round building. They just tore it down in NC State. I was happy when they tore that building down. Imagine a round building. Oh my God. Get cold chills just thinking about it, trying to find that testing center. The one thing I knew about the life insurance, same thing I knew about NC State. My daddy said, show up in there, act like you'd been there before, go to class. I knew if I win, eventually pass. All right. Interview, keep it simple. Oh. Tia, can you play Lindar Cook? Is that possible? Can you play that video?
Give me 5 seconds.
When I start thinking about what I'm trying to do, a lot of times I'll turn on some country music that gets me going in the right direction. I notice that athletes, go ahead and play it. Athletes do that too.
I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu, and I loved deeper, and I spoke sweeter, and I gave forgiveness I've been denying. And he said, someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying.
Yeah. Lindar, that's fantastic. And what I like about it is she's selling like crazy too. And she's recruiting like crazy. By the way, we are seeking more singers. Imagine that, Joe. Send them that video. Say, I hope someday you get to live like you do. See, that's what people think. They think that they got tomorrow. What happens? This guy got diagnosed with cancer, and the guy said, What did you do when you got cancer? And he said, I went skydiving. I went Rocky Mountain. What'd you do when you got cancer? What'd you do when they told you? What did you do when they told you was going to die? I started living. I hope someday you get to live like you were dying. Most people wait until they're dying before they live like they're dying. I'll send people that video. Say, look, listen to this. Get this feeling? You want to kill it? Our job is to motivate them to get across that line in the bottom of the swimming pool one time. I've got a call at 10 o'clock on Friday. Start thinking now how many people you can get on it. I got a Zoom call coming up with Bill. How you going to get people on it? I got a Zoom call coming up with Jason and Tawny Carey. How you going to get people on it? Send them a video. Tell them that TikTok. We got to go. This is urgency. If I can get a person, listen to this, psychologically, all the things I say to people, you should say them, Marvin. Things like, when you're talking to somebody, get them to know this. People that know they're going to die and accept it do more in their life than people who hope they ain't going to die and they don't accept the fact they're going to die. People that understand their mortality does more than people who don't get it. They don't fear it as much, but they know it's going to happen, and then they turn around and do more. People that think they're invincible. Here's I've said this before. Arrogance and brokenness are not an attractive combination. It's annoying and it don't work and everybody sees it. I'm not going to die. I've got time. It's awful. That's awful high and mighty. Does that make sense? And here's the thing. I want to tell you this, Mike and Riddle. A lot of people think, it's funny how many people think I'm talking about them and I ain't thought about them in 2 months. I ain't thought about them in a week. It applies to so many people, Marvin. It applies. Arrogance and broke. I think I'm not going to die. I know he's trying to get me to think I'm going to die. You're going to die. As soon as you accept it, that it could happen in 10 seconds, you change your life. Such a contradiction. Arrogance that they might not die. Oh, you're going to die. How about this? You're going to get old. I'm not going to get old. Why? You going to die? No, I'm not going to die and I'm not going to get old. Dementia has set in on you both. You're a space cadet. You either going to get old or you're going to die. And I'm betting you both going to happen to everybody on this phone. By the way, wouldn't that be a blessing if we all got old and died as opposed to not getting old and died? Blessing, getting old. God, my mama said, wait till you get old. You don't know what I'm talking about. I said, Mama, I know. I feel it. I see it coming on. Can't see out this eye. Can't hear out this ear. I just don't know what part's going to die next. I couldn't read a stop sign 6 feet from my left eye. Hey guys, does this help a little bit? We got more money. Let's invest big. Let's go crazy. Everybody's looking for that inner circle. I'm trying to identify mine. Tony, you're trying to find yours. Riddle, Olga, Jason, Joe too. You got your Angela. We got to find one more. And then one more, and then one more. Bill, you got to get somebody that beats out Rob and beats out Sheena. And Sheena and Rob got to say, ain't nobody going to beat me. They got to step up at peer pressure. Mike Marisi, you're finding them. I know you are. We got some studs coming on, some fast growth. I'm seeing it in the production leaderboards. I've seen it in the recruiting leaderboard. I've seen it in the promotions that are happening. It's happening, guys. 2020 is closing down, and 2021 is coming on strong. I got the coin coming. I got the leads coming. Traveling. I'm fired up to meet y'all. I'm starting that inner circle. The people are talented. Those talented people, the ambitious people. I'm finding them. I'm identifying them. And I feel better about my life because I'm talking to them as opposed to talking to concrete walls, talking to trees and expecting them to move. They out here, Joe. These are the people we want to talk to. We got to sort them. And I'm working on my sorting techniques. All right, guys. Hope this helps. Wait a minute. Let me make sure. Tia, am I missing anything while I got everybody on here?
Good to go.
What's that?
Good to go.
Love y'all. I'm out. Bye.
Thanks, Andy.